Okay, so I call this piece, I think, Thoughts of an American Male. In light of the recent news stories and things that I've seen on the internet, I wanted to do a little segment called I Think. Remember back to my first video when I said I wanted to make people think again? I think I got away from that a little bit. So here goes. Sit back and enjoy. I think using a belt on your child is perfectly fine. I think using a wooden spoon across the ass is fine. I think a good hard thump when sitting in church upside the back of their head to tell your kid to be quiet is perfectly normal. I think if you smart off to your parents and they're across the room, then whatever they throw at you probably had it coming to you. I think child psychologists are full of shit. I think that because I was disciplined as a child that I was raised to be a better man, and so is my son. I think that a child is raised to think that second and third and fourth place is perfectly all right, is raised to be a loser. I think that anyone who would accept a participation trophy would accept defeat in life. I think that there's absolutely nothing wrong with requiring our children to say the Pledge of Allegiance in school. I think that those who choose to burn the flag should first be wrapped in it. I think that we should put our veterans before refugees. I think this country has gotten itself into a world of hurt by sticking its nose where it didn't belong. I think it's time to put America first again. I think that it's okay. It should be okay for a child to want to say a prayer in school, regardless of what religion they practice. I think if a woman wants to serve in combat or as a law enforcement agent or as a fire person, then she should be held to the same standards as a man would be. I think if you're a man that serves in combat, you should act like a man. I think there's absolutely nothing wrong with wanting to be an alpha male. I think that your word is your bond, and the promises you make should be the promises you keep. I think that any man who hits a woman, regardless of circumstance, should have his nuts cut off. I think that pedophiles, once convicted, should be shot. I think our judicial system has gone too lenient. We should bring back hangings. I think if you're a man and you love a woman, you should treat her with the respect because she's your queen. I think that a man should always open the door for a woman and pull out her chair and treat her with the utmost respect that he would treat his own mother with. I think there's nothing wrong with calling a man sir and a woman ma'am. And if you happen to fall into a different category than those two, you're mentally delusional. I think that if you demand that I change the way I live my life, the way I talk and the way I act simply to appease you, to spare your feelings because you can't handle it, you're the exact same type of person you're trying to fight against. I think that if a man wants to marry another man, hey, that's your right. I don't have to agree with it, but I certainly respect the rights of other human beings. Plus, some of my best friends are gay, and I'm not a judge, and it's not my place. I think when you try to force your religion or views down someone else's throat, you become the bad guy. I think all politicians need term limits. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. I don't think, but I know that there is a God, and I do my best to respect him and show the appreciation for the blessings that he continues to show myself and my family. I think that if that statement offends you, well, I really don't give a shit. I think that we've got one life to live, and if you're wasting it sitting on the couch watching reality television and what the Kardashians do, that's a waste of a life, and life is too damn short. I think there's absolutely nothing wrong with wanting to be the very best you can in all aspects of your life. I think people confuse and conflate equal opportunity with equating to equal outcome. It doesn't work that way. It never has, and it never should. I think that if you use your sex, your religion, or your skin color to get ahead of other people in life, you're exactly what's wrong with America. I think personal accountability and responsibility should be two tenets that we teach our children from very young ages in school and in life. I think that we should do away with this Common Core bullshit in education and bring back normal education and teach children how to function in life so when things get tough, they don't freak out. I think that if you're a law enforcement officer and you abuse that badge or that position, then you're no better than the criminals you're trying to arrest. In fact, you're fucking worse. I think that if you're a law enforcement official and you're out there trying to make a difference in your community because you love your fellow man in this country, I know that I have nothing but respect for you. I think that once you finish watching this video, you should get off your ass, take your kids outside and see what America's really about. God bless, and good night.